Hi guys, welcome to this long-term review about this COULAX Smartwatch. And usually I'm not doing long-term reviews. Usually I'm doing one review after I learned everything, and just if there is something special, I'm doing long-term reviews. Or if I have a expensive watch, this is not expensive, it's just $50 or a little bit above $50. There's a 10% coupon running at the moment. You can buy it cheaper, a little bit below $50. So why did I do this long-term review? It's really strange. This watch, when I got it, I almost fell in love, or a little bit fell in love actually. And I just wanted that everything works, and I wanted to wear it for a long time. And since then, in the last 10 days, my experience with this watch made a lot of really strange turns. So this is why I made this review. So it turned out at the end totally different. It's still worth to watch my first video, my full review about this watch. It's taking pretty long, but it explains all the functions. So I'm not going into all the functions. I'm just going to repeat the most important ones, and the good things and the bad things. So it arrived actually with this watch band. So that's a standard 20 millimeter watch band. You can replace it. That's the good thing. So the problem was, and I realized that in my first review already, this thing is really like stubborn, it's stiff, it's almost impossible to bend, and no matter how long you wear this, even after a week, it was still the same. It's almost like straight, and it hurts me here. And I thought, yeah, I have to figure out something, because I still like the watch, despite it has quite some disadvantages. I'm going to tell you about everything, all the problems which I've been facing. And the strange thing, at the end, I'm still wearing it, I'm still loving this watch, and there are some reasons as well. Of course, I'm going to let you everything about that. So this, even both sides are pretty like stiff. The left side is even a little bit stronger, so I had to get rid of this band. And I remember that I had bought this Yumidichi U-Watch 3, which I also like. It's also one of my favorite watches, and it had this really nice watch band. So I switched it over to this COULAX watch, and it works awesome. It works really good, and the good thing, it matches this watch face here, one of the three watch faces which you have. You have like the blue one, you have the orange one, and you can make your own picture. But it's completely impossible to make more watch faces or download more watch faces in the app. So it really, I really like this style with this band to this watch face. It's awesome. And yeah, basically it's actually the only watch face which really works. It has the months, it has the day of the months, it has hours, minutes, and even second hand. As you can see, it has the chart, it has the steps, it has the heart rate. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, overall the build of the core of the watch is really good. I've been checking if I find some scratches after 1.5 weeks, and I haven't found anything. I have been bumping this watch into many corners, even really hard metal pieces straight into the watch, and I couldn't see anything. So everything seems to be really sturdy. I'm not saying it lasts for years, but everything looks really sturdy. I don't know if it's some kind of Gorilla Glass or whatever, but it's definitely strong. And also this button, I really like it. Sometimes these buttons are very, very soft and weak, and you can feel that they will fall out probably after a couple of months. So here it makes a really good impression. It's a little bit hard to press, but not too hard. And it doesn't make a really loud clicking sound, just a little bit, but not much. So I really like this. And yeah, but what about the software and everything, all the heart rate and blood pressure, these things? This is a total failure. I have to tell you, the heart rate and the blood pressure are probably a total failure. I mean, it keeps recording all the time, like 24/7. When you go to the app and you check on your heart rate, and then you go back, you can go back every single day. There is no failure. There is almost no time where it missed. There are so many watches where you have a lot of gaps, and here there's almost nothing. As you can see, it kept recording and recording and recording. The only question is, how reliable is it? When I check my last workouts, I mean, that was yesterday, outdoor cycling, half an hour, 35 minutes. Most of the time it tells me I was at 60 or 70 heart rate. That's impossible. And today I made some exercises just for this video. Hold on, I'm going to, I did it for yoga. I mean, that was not yoga, that was just a couple of push-ups and similar things for about 3 minutes. And it's showing that it started with 100. No, it started at 60, and then at the end it went up to 120. And here it's showing total different thing. And also when you check like the thing from yesterday, like the cycling, it doesn't show any progress. I mean, no distance, no cadence, no nothing. So yeah, and really I had it on my hand during exercises, and I measured my heartbeat, heart rate. So it was at around 120, easy to measure. I mean, when you have 120, you can feel it. You can feel it with the other hand. It's not hard to measure. And this watch was showing just 60, and slowly, very slowly went up to maybe 65 or so, far away from 100 or 120. So I think it's one of the most unreliable heartbeat measure things. And it takes long. Anyway, it takes very long till it measures something, and usually I would say it's wrong. And I haven't double checked the blood pressure, but I guess if a watch isn't able to do the most basic thing like the heart rate, then it's probably not possible to measure anything else. So probably a fail. Also this oxygen, I don't know what has been working. Music, I connected it to the Spotify, and I've been able to change like tracks here on my phone from my watch. So you have it here, and you can see, you can select from almost every app which is like somehow connected to music, like Google Play Music. This is some kind of music, Spotify of course, and there's probably much more which you can choose. SoundHound, so probably the list is almost endless, and it's not just implemented one thing here. So yeah, that's one of the good things. So there are a couple of good things, I mean, apart from the build. And one of the things is the connectivity. There are very few watches around which have such good connectivity. I mean, it's connected all the time. When you're within about I would say 10 yards or so, maybe not so much, but at least let's say 20 feet or something like that, then it's usually very, very reliable, and it's reacting almost immediately. When you get a call, when you get a message, it's all the time it's reacting. This usually happens only when you have a watch which consumes a lot of power, but not with this watch. This watch, that's really awesome. I mean, the battery, if you do not do crazy stuff, if you're just using it like normal, there's no problem to get up to about 9 days with normal wearing. I mean, 24 hours heartbeat measurement and all these things, and have it for alarms and these things. So yeah, 9 days easily to achieve, no problems with that, and it still stays connected all the time. So when you get a phone call, you will see it. When you get a message, you will see that. That's really, really good. So this is something I really like. So also, once again, regarding the messages here, let's say we have WhatsApp, we have normal messages. We have, yeah, everything what you select in the app, it will be transferred and it works fast. For me, really reliable. You can click here and get the whole text, which is really good. I mean, there's so much text here which you can read. It's much more than with most other watches. Just the two problems, you cannot delete single messages and you won't get any pictures. That's the yeah, limitations here, but apart from that, I really like it. I mean, I get all the notifications really fast. Looks like it has a really stable connection. I can say, I mean, this heartbeat and all these sports measurings, and so this complete fail. But if you don't need that, if you just need a really reliable watch which shows you the time, the correct time all the time. I mean, there are so many watches below $100. You wouldn't believe that how many are not showing the right time. Just you charge it and the time will change, or it doesn't wake you up at the right time. This has never happened. So it's totally reliable, always showing the right time and always woke me up at the right time. You can set up to, I think, 5 or 6 alarms, and I have set I think 2 or 3 per day, and every time I got really strong vibration and it woke me up easily. So that's super reliable, and that's something which is really good, to have something which is sturdy. That's the good things. It's sturdy, it's reliable. You have to charge only once a week, or not even that. Wakes you up in the morning. So if you need like a beautiful, reliable smartwatch which has some of the additional features which maybe you can use, I don't say you cannot at all use heart rate, but it takes very long time till it gets adjusted to your real heart rate, if any, and blood pressure and those things. But if you just need a reliable watch, this could be the one for you, despite it has some disadvantages. By the way, the app has been removed from the Play Store, from Google Play Store, for whatever reason. I have no clue. I've contacted the seller and they couldn't explain me. They just said there's something wrong. Yeah, one more thing is also not working. Yeah, I mean, the steps are working. That's one thing which is working. But here we have this sleep tracking. Sleep tracking is always on 0. Yeah, it didn't work. And I contacted the seller and they first had no clue. They didn't have any clue about this watch. It's crazy. They were absolutely clueless, and after a couple of mails I got them up to speed, and they contacted the devs, and first they told me, yeah, you have to have connected your Bluetooth the whole night to your smartphone, and only then it will be able to track sleep. And I had it on once the whole night and still everything was on 0. Now they offered me to exchange this watch for a new one, but I can tell you there's a 99% chance that also the new one won't work. It's basically a software issue with this watch. And there are even more problems with this watch. When you go to like the Stopwatch, when you start Stopwatch, that's really good. It stays on forever, but there's no countdown. I already mentioned that in the long-term review. There's no countdown. There's only a stopwatch, but it keeps turned on. It doesn't go away. But the problem is you cannot go to another screen. You will see your current time. That's also during all the exercise tracking and so on. At least you have some basic time information, but it's really small. But at least you have it. But you cannot go to any other function here. You cannot go to your heartbeat tracking or whatever. If you click here, it will immediately stop, and you have to start from scratch. There is absolute zero multitasking. I mean, that's rare that you have multitasking, but sometimes, like here with the Yumidichi, you have some basic multitasking. That's really good. Here there's absolutely no multitasking. I mean, again, back to the app, there's only the Android version affected, that the app was removed. The iOS version is still in the Apple Store, and they are trying to bring it back to the Google Play Store, and now you can download it from their homepage. Yeah, I mean, that's not so good. I mean, it's still same version, I guess, but it's of course a little bit safety risk. So how about the screen? I mean, the screen you can change. That's good. I mean, during the night, I mean, there's no real night mode which you have. You cannot like disconnect it or so. You can see as long as you have your phone turned on and Bluetooth, you will always see Bluetooth. No matter if you select this icon, that's just a do not disturb. It has nothing to do with the connectivity. It's still connected to your phone. So that's not happening. That's no real night mode, but at least we have this do not disturb. We also have this flashlight which helps during the night. That's really good if you like this, and you can easily turn down the brightness to a really low value, which is really good. So you are not going to wake up other people if you're just checking the time on your watch during the night. That's really good. It's like the status here on top, and I usually had it like this. When you're outside, of course it makes sense to have it brighter, but that's the maximum. It's not a huge really high brightness. It's possible to see everything outside even with direct sunlight, but I have seen better watches outside. Definitely it's not a total fail outside. It's just a little bit hard, especially if you're wearing like reading glasses or so. I mean, the display is really good, so I like that with this watch, but and it's actually pretty easy to see normally, but outside in full sun it can be a little bit hard. It's not impossible, but a little bit hard. So I wish the brightness would be a little bit better. What's good, you can definitely see it from the side. I mean, it's a little bit bright in here, but I think you still can see that here when I turn it to the side. There is sometimes with cheap LCDs or so, it's impossible to see it from the side, but here it's actually no problem as long as the brightness is good enough. Also, another thing which people have been asking me is about the camera, how to make a selfie. And yeah, it doesn't control like a normal camera app, so you have to go to this app here, to the watch app, and go to device and go to easy camera, and then you get automatically this thing here, and you can shake for a selfie, like make this here. Of course it's now not on selfie mode. You would have to rotate the screen here. You can push that and it will make then the selfie, and you can shake again and it will make a picture. Hope you have been able to see that. So I think it's not the normal camera. You don't have a lot of options. It's just like yeah, a basic camera. You can also make a shot here directly in the app or with the watch, so that works pretty well. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Definitely my last video about this watch. The really strange thing is, I mean, it's waterproof as well. Yeah, that's the good thing as well. I have been washing it, really washing it like thoroughly with soap and so on, really from both sides, had it under the running water, and yeah, I haven't seen any problem with that. So looks really, it's waterproof, so that's really the good thing. It's a beautiful watch, it's reliable, it's sturdy, really good, but it has many disadvantages when it comes to the software, so you have to decide on your own if it's still worth to buy. So from my side, I think it's a really unique thing. I like it much more than this style, and it's only $50, and I still think even despite of these problems, it's a really good value for $50, and I definitely keep it, and I'm going to wear it for at least a couple of months or so, and then I'll see if there is something better around. But at the moment, it's definitely not a bad value. I mean, below $100 you have to expect some problems anyway. I can guarantee there's nothing below $100 without any problems, and here the problems usually are on the minor side, as long as you are not like a fitness freak, or you need a perfect sleep tracking or heart rate or whatsoever. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.